meditation for today is about James V. James V. He was King of Scots from 9 September 1513 until his death, which followed the Scottish defeat at the Battle of Slough Moss. James was the son of King James IV of Scotland and his Queen Margaret, and he was the only legitimate child of James IV to survive infancy. He was born in 10 April 1512 at Linlithgow Palace and christened the next day, receiving the titles Duke of Rothesay and Prince and Grand Steward of Scotland. He became king at just 17 months old when his father was killed at the Battle of Flodden Field on 9 September 1513. James V died in 14 December 1542. James V was just over 1 year old when his father was killed and he inherited the throne. Once again, the Scottish nobles fought for power during the king's period of infancy. Albany returned from exile and was offered power but was vigorously opposed by James' mother Margaret and her second husband Dibulus, Earl of Angus, who took control and held James a virtual. James twice married. First, he married French woman Madeleine de Fols, daughter of King Francis of France, who brought a large dowry, but she was of frail health and died a few months later. And in June 1538, James married again and received another dowry, but this time to Mary de Jose, the adopted sister of Madeleine. James and Mary subsequently had 2 sons of their own, but both were to die in infancy within hours of each other in 1541. When he escaped from his father's authority, James ruled with authority but was sympathetic to the needs of the poor of Scotland. As people said, he likes traveling incognito in his kingdom, disguised as the good man or let's say farmer. He brought the borders under control and highlands and islands. It was a time of the rise of Protestantism in Europe and England, but James did not tolerate heresy and strongly supported a Catholic church. James increased his income by tightening control over royal status and from the profits of justice, customs and further rights. He also gave his illegitimate sons lucrative benefits, diverting substantial church wealth into his coffers. James spent a large amount of his wealth on building work at Stirling Castle, Falkland Palace, Linlithgow Palace, and Holyrood, and he built up a collection of tapestries from those inherited from his father. The death of James's mother in 1541 removed any incentive for peace with England, and war broke out. Initially, the Scottish won a victory at the Battle of Hedon Ridge in August 1542. The Imperial Ambassador in London wrote on October 2nd that the Scottish ambassadors ruled out a placatory meeting between James and Henry XVIII in England until the pregnant Mary delivered her child. Henry would not accept this condition and mobilized his army against Scotland. James was with his army at Lauder on 31 October 1542. Although he hoped to invade England, his nobles were reluctant. Next month, his army suffered a serious defeat at the Battle of Slough Moss, and he took ill shortly after that. On 6 December, by some accounts, this was a nervous collapse caused by the defeat, although some historians consider that it might just have been an ordinary fever. Whatever the cause of his illness, he was on his deathbed at Falkland Palace when his daughter was born. Sir George Dibulus brought the news of the king's death to Berwick. He said James died at midnight on Thursday, 15 December. This is the end of James' story. Thank you for listening.